plant, plant, plant. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just kind of documenting the start of my bonsai journey. Bonsai. So I don't know much about bonsai. Never really took a course on it, but I've always loved the idea of taking a little tree, forming it, making it do what you want. It's kind of like a BDSM master-slave relationship where I'm the dom, the tree's the sub. I love that dynamic with trees and plants. So I decided to go out and buy a little bonsai tree. The only one I could find was a Japanese maple. And I did a bit of research, and these are normally like outdoor trees. Like even when they're bonsai, they go outside. But I kind of want to keep it indoors. I have a little rig set up for my other indoor plants with some grow lights and what have you, but it's November now. I bought this maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. What I've been doing is keeping it under the sun, under some fucking plastic lights, and watering it a lot and just making sure it's like getting some good root growth. I can already see some of the leaves turning red, so it's about to go dormant, and I'm preparing to just kind of lock it into dormancy. I think next week I'm gonna put it in my bedroom, and so it gets a little less light. And then I have a sunroom, so it can get some of the cold weather without the biting air, and give it its winter. And I'm gonna make an artificial winter because I want this thing to grow as soon as possible. I'm gonna be very impatient with it. So I'm gonna do that. I also, when I bought it, I just saw a pot that I really liked. So I went ahead and bought the pot that I'm going to be planting this tree into. But I'm not gonna transplant it until the artificial winter that I'm giving it is over. So I've read a bunch of places that it needs about 1,000 hours at least of cold, like below temperature, like weather. Others just kind of say 44 days or so. So I'm probably gonna put it out in the cold weather, maybe in 3 weeks. So kind of end of November, and then it's gonna be dormant till the end of January, early February. And then after that, I'm going to start wiring the branches. I kind of have an idea of what I want, but once the leaves are all gone, it'll be easier to do. I'm gonna transplant it, trim the roots. I don't think it needs a lot of trimming. And then go from there. While I'm starting this, I have a couple cherry seeds and lemon seeds that I'm gonna start growing, and they're just gonna have an extended growing season. I'm gonna start growing them maybe in like a week or 2 weeks maybe. Get them as seedlings and then have them all the way till next fall, and let them go dormant so they'll have an extended growing season. We'll see, but I'm gonna turn those fruit trees into bonsai trees. We'll see what happens. Don't know what I'm doing. Don't know why I'm doing this. I just think, like I said, the BDSM nature of bonsai expert, bonsai man with little weak defenseless tree. All right, I'm very excited. I'm also excited to like decorate the pot. I've never done this before. Anytime I bought a bonsai, I just kind of like pre-cut, whatever in a nice pot, and I just leave it until I forget to water it and it dies. And I've always wanted to be like that more dynamic aspect. I've kind of framed it, so I'm like, okay, I'm looking long term. What do I want? A lot of good resources on YouTube. As I go, I'll probably reference the ones I'm like really into. There's a Nigel guy. I can't remember his channel. Nigel, you're the guy. You're the master of bonsai. Sub and master culture. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna probably splice some footage of the tree, and you get to see what's going on. You get to see a little red leaf. And there's one that fell already, and some of them are starting to turn. The condition of the leaves I actually got from the greenhouse, they're not great. Most of the leaves are damaged. I don't know if it's a genetic thing. It kind of looks like bugs were at it though, but some of the leaves just like, they look a little whack. There's one leaf that looks pretty good. 2 or 3 leaves that are pretty good. There's one here that's perfect. And then some that are just completely messed up. But yeah, they're starting to turn. Anyway, that's it. I'm just doing this for my own progression. Hopefully I can make something out of it. This is Japanese maple, number 1. Thumbnail. Does he Does he whip this? Does Master Bonsai Guy whip sub Japanese maple? Click to find out.